Hey, it's Wes, and welcome to DinkLife. Today I would like to do pros and cons on the Insta360 X3. I'm not going to get into a lot of technical details about it, just what I like and dislike about this camera. My first pro on the Insta360 is, it's just an idiot-proof camera. You can pretty much just shoot whatever you want as long as you kind of hold it in the right area. Just thinking that this is an eyeball and it captures everything around you and then you can reframe it later. Another great thing about this camera is you can change the field of view. So you can change it from a fisheye to a normal type of view, and it fixes all the distortion too. You can do this all in the app. It's very easy. You can even do it through a scene if you wanted to go from a fisheye to a normal lens. So here's a couple examples of a fisheye with the same video and then just normal video and just how you can adjust it. It's really cool. Another awesome thing about this camera is it just erases the selfie stick that comes with it. So here's the selfie stick. Once you attach this in, it just erases it and it just looks like it's floating in air, like it's just a camera with nothing attached to it. Yeah, and here's a couple examples of just a video with the selfie stick erased inside it. All right, let's go right then.
No, that was okay.
Another great pro about this camera, it's waterproof up to 33 feet deep. Pretty amazing. And then if you need to even go farther than that, they have cases for it. Another pro about this camera is the mic's actually not that bad on it. The directional mic will pick up where you're talking. I have not been able to use this on a roller coaster to know how bad it is with wind noise, but for the most part, the mic's not terrible on it. Another great thing about this camera is the camera and the selfie stick are very small. They fit in pretty much any fanny pack. You can carry them into pretty much anywhere. Very nice, small, compact camera. Another great thing about this camera is too, it has a very large screen, which is easy to read. Another great pro about this camera is the menu system is very easy to use on it. Pretty much has all your normal things in there. You can flip between the videos, photos, HDR, video, time lapse, stuff like that. Very easy menu system overall. Another great pro of this camera is it has a swappable battery. And you can slide it right out and swap a new one in. And now let's go over the cons of this camera. The first one that's pretty important to me, the low light shooting on this camera is terrible. Here's an example of just how grainy it is. Here's an inside shot of Trader Sam's at Disney World. It's just a little on the dark side. An iPhone would do a better job than this. I mean, you can brighten it up a little bit in post, but it's just going to get grainier. Here's a shot inside of Pirates of the Caribbean. This footage is so dark, it's just unusable. Here's a shot inside Small World. It's still a little on the dark side. This footage is usable, but an iPhone would still do a better job. And then the Jungle Cruise is very dark too. Also, if you have any suggestions on how to improve the low light settings on this, leave some suggestions below, but I've tried quite a few different things and it just seems to have terrible low light shooting. So another bad con about this camera is if you hit this button right here, it turns it on. And if you have this packed tight in a bag and something rests up against it, I've had this hit right here, power the thing on, and then it's been shooting in my bag for like an hour. And then it gets super hot and your battery's half dead by the time you actually want to use it. Another bad con about this camera is in between the lenses, like right here and right here, you kind of got to be careful because where the video merges sometimes, if it merges on a face or a line, it leaves just weird artifacts on the video. Here's an example of just kind of those artifacts I'm talking about. So when you're trying to shoot with this camera, just make sure that you don't want your main thing that you would use for your video to be where these sides are, because you're gonna get some janky video wherever the sides of the camera are. Another con of this camera is I wouldn't say it shoots the best video quality in the world. I would say most iPhones shoot better video qualities, and then just any of the vlogging cameras like a DJI Pocket 3 or Sony ZV-1, they're gonna have way better video than this. Another con of this camera is the video files for it can be very large. So when you're trying to upload these into YouTube, sometimes even a 20-minute video can take you 5 hours to upload into YouTube, depending on your internet speeds. Another plus though is once you get that video uploaded in YouTube, it's almost magic. You can just scroll the camera anywhere you want to look and watch the video just like you were there that day. Another con about this camera is you don't want to lose this lens cap. There's not a real good way to lay this camera down like on a table or anything when you're not in use, so you pretty much got to put the lens cap back on every time you're not using it. Another con about this camera is I feel like it would be very easy to scratch the lens. They do make lens protectors that you can put over each side. It will reduce the video quality some though. And my final con for the camera is I do have the chest mount. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to use this much on roller coasters since they're pretty much banned in the United States, action cameras. But the only bad thing about it is, since it is a double lens on both sides, the lens on the back when you have the chest mount on, it does get a little close to you and you could probably rub the lens and maybe scratch it if you were doing something. Overall, the Insta360 is a great camera to add to your collection. It's a very niche camera, but if you're looking for a great 360 action cam, this is an awesome camera. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and then whatever you decide to do, just get out there and do it.